What up, folks? I am Jaby Koay, joined by my best friend Syntell. And go ahead, go.
It's been so long, and I was about to hit him with the "It's your boy."
Go ahead.
It's your boy, Syntell.
All right, so he just got into town for a few days, and I thought, what would be the very best thing we could do to start this weekend off? What shenanigans could we get up to? He lands, and I'm like, we're gonna go watch Frozen 2. He just starts laughing. He's like, that sounds about right.
Frozen 2.
This movie was cool. I didn't like that doggy style sex scene. I thought it was a little bit too mature for kids, but you know, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the interesting things Olaf can do with his carrot nose.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, we're joking. There's nothing like that here. This is gonna be a non-spoiler video, totally non-spoiler, very ambiguous because, you know, the commercials decided to leave out a lot of details after watching the film. That's what I realized. And so I'm gonna maintain that. We're not gonna spoil anything. So all of our information right now that we're gonna provide to you is gonna be very general, generic. So fret not at all. At the outset, I'm gonna say, I think that if you are under the age of 16, it's probably a very enjoyable film.
Yeah.
Whether you're a boy or a girl, I think it'll be an enjoyable movie. If you are a grown-up woman, you'll probably enjoy it more than a grown-up guy. We were walking out the theater picking apart the film right away, but we recognize that we're not necessarily the designated target audience.
Right.
You know? The thing is, we still had some chuckles though.
Oh yeah, there's still some really good solid laughs.
Yeah.
Olaf is still a very good central pivotal character of comedy. The other characters themselves they're pretty fleshed out and they're interesting enough. But like you said, I think the film is more geared towards a specific person. It's like a love letter to a young lady who's maybe trying to understand who she is.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly cool philosophies that you can walk out of the theater with. There's some moral things, like the first Frozen introduced something into the wider Disney universe of films, which is you meet a guy, you don't just fall in love with him right away. That's ridiculous. You don't do that. And I love that Frozen introduced that. In fact, I loved the first Frozen film up until everyone else loved it, and then I stopped loving it because then it just was everywhere and I couldn't hear enough of it, right? With this, I found I had a similar experience where I was enjoying something happening until I heard everyone else enjoying it, and I'm like, I must be like a cynic or something, because as soon as I heard the girl behind me go, "Oh my God, it's so cute!" I'm like, you know what? This suddenly stopped being interesting to me. Call me like a curmudgeon, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I definitely get that feeling, because sometimes you just want to sit and enjoy the feeling of being in the moment, man. Yeah. And then somebody just comes and just kicks down your sandcastle with their own joy. You save your own joy for your own time. I'm here for me.
Exactly. And there was a dude in front of you. Thankfully, Syntell swapped seats with me because there was this big dude. Yeah. You can't tell, but Syntell's taller than me. This guy, while watching the film, he obviously liked it way less than we did. Because he's like this, he's like stretching, he's like shifting. I'm like, dude, like, I have got a thread of magic that I can pull from this movie, and you are stealing it from me with your arms, with the signals you're trying to give to a plane that's not flying in. Like, stop.
I did notice something, like a lot of the gasps and the moments of just exuberance were very feminine. So I think it hit the tone of who they were looking for. There's just some things that, you know, you just may not necessarily connect if you're not that target audience.
Right. Now, if you didn't like the songs in Frozen 1, there are 4 times the amount of songs here. Like, it's almost wall-to-wall music.
It's too much, actually.
Yeah.
It's overkill.
I thought it was too much music. There were 2 good songs in the movie. One I liked for the philosophy more than the tune. The other I liked for the tune, and I can't explain why yet, because it would be a spoiler, and you guys should experience that for the first time for yourselves without me saying anything about it. Overall, I'd say it's an enjoyable movie. If you don't like musicals, you are not gonna like this. No. It's almost wall to wall, honestly. Like, it just doesn't stop. It was an enjoyable movie, and there was some cool takeaways. If you got kids, I'd say it's definitely worthwhile, especially if you got daughters. Like, there are some cool things that you'll pull for that film and you can talk about afterwards, because it's making you think about things maybe in a way that you hadn't thought about before, and it's going with the trend of what we're seeing right now. I saw something on the Patriot Act with Hassan Minhaj about Burger King, how these new Whopper meals are not necessarily saying, like, you know, McDonald's says, have it your way with a smile. Now it's like, maybe you're not happy. Here, DGAF on the box.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's that. And so we're all trying to take new approaches to have these conversations, and Frozen 1 sort of started that, at least with regards to Disney.
Right.
And so Frozen 2 is continuing that and trying to hit different things.
Right.
I appreciate that about it. I think it could have gone further, but I appreciate the effort at the very least. I do recommend it.
I had some hesitancy, because if you did get a chance to see Coco in the movie theater, there was a short. A Frozen short. I don't care if you're offended, that short was trash, man. It was terrible. So I went into this with that mindset. I'm like, man, you guys got to make something up for this. And to that end, it hit the mark, man. It did a very good job of not being that short. So if you did not like the short, you're gonna be all right. I want you to take a couple of deep breaths. It's a good product. You will be happy.
You know, speaking of that short, I remember when it came on, I'm like, this is gonna go for a while. And I walked out the theater to get food, and I was in line for a long time. I came back, and the short was still going for another 5 minutes. I was like, damn.
Oh, that was so smart of you, though. You left. You didn't have to sit there. I was literally pulling what little bit of hair I had left all the way out, man. It was trash.
The two Homer Simpson whiskers.
Yes, man. And that's why I went into this thinking it's going to be that. I'm like, it could be 90 minutes of that. And it's not.
You guys, thanks so much for joining us for the non-spoiler review of Frozen 2. Be sure to stay tuned for our spoiler review, which is going to be much, much longer and a lot more interesting. So follow Syntell on social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we drop another video. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, and interviews. I'm Jaby Koay. This is...
It's your boy, Syntell.
Peace out.